Hey y'all, welcome back to this week's episode of AMA Friday with Amy Miller at Recruiting in Yoga Pants. So this week we're going to dig into the question, should you put your resume on your LinkedIn profile? So thank you, Mr. Eric Anderson, who asked this question on LinkedIn recently. He is the world's happiest software engineer, you know. No, Eric is great. He's someone I've been connected to for a while. He actually is a software engineer himself, who helps guide new engineers who are looking for their first ever dev job. So pretty cool follow. He's got some good stuff. But he asked this very interesting question: should you put your resume on LinkedIn? So I thought I was in the minority here, honestly. I really did, because I hear a lot of people saying no to this, but now that more people are replying and I'm kind of learning about how some of my other connections think, I think I figured out the people who don't want you to put it on there. We'll get to that. Hang tight. Okay. Why you should. Let's start there. For me as a recruiter, I'm all about the path of least resistance to a placement. I'm in my lazy girl era, okay? I don't want to work that hard. I'm old and tired. So if I'm sourcing and I find a profile that I think looks pretty good, and if I can download your resume or at least read your resume to make sure that there's a good fit, I'm gonna be so happy. And I'm gonna immediately email you directly. I might even call you if I'm feeling froggy, but this is a very quick way for me to further vet, there's some good stuff here. Let me get this person on the phone. Let's see if they're interested and move forward. Same reason I like the open to work banner. It gives me a very quick visual indicator that you're probably going to take my call or would at least be open to a role that scratches your itch, right? So I like it. I like being able to quickly move to the next phase and, just get on with it, right? You want a job, I want an employee, let's make shit happen. That's where I'm at, right? I don't want to waste time trying to read the tea leaves of your profile. Tell me what I need to know so we can get on with it. Now, I do want to point out a very important con. Okay, a reason why you may not want to do that and what you can do to solve for it. So we get a lot of feedback from women in particular, to be frank. I mean, not trying to make this, gender divide, but a lot of women are nervous about having personal information on the internet. I don't blame you. I've been on the receiving end of some shitty behavior from people who just didn't like me for whatever reason. That's why I never put my kids on the internet. I'm sensitive to that too, to a degree, for sure. So I understand. And if that's you, and if you're just not comfortable with that level of information out there, please don't worry about it. I don't want you to feel like this is a clear pass fail or you're somehow gonna, miss out on opportunities, because you shouldn't. I just want to share, again, from a recruiter point of view, I am going to gravitate towards the people who are providing the information that I need to make a decision. But it doesn't mean you can't apply directly. It doesn't mean there's not other mechanisms to get you in front of companies that you want to work for. Couple of fixes for that, though. I want you to seriously consider this. You can get a Google Voice number, so you're not sharing your personal number. Learn from my mistakes. Get the Google Voice number. And you can also create a separate job search email account. hireamy@gmail.com. Anybody? Not my email. I don't even know if it's available. But anyway, I'm just saying, I would do that. I would actually create a new email that is specific for my job search and put that on my resume along with probably a Google Voice number so that people can contact me, but there's still some safety and ability to be a little more anonymous than somebody who's putting it all out there. Okay? So something to keep in mind. So why would you not put your resume on there? I mean, the safety concerns aside, we've talked through that, which is totally valid. But aside from that, why would you not? So this is what's really interesting as I'm reading Eric's post and watching people weigh in, and I'm seeing lots and lots of people that I really like and respect and admire who are also saying, yeah, I like it. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm not in the minority. Okay, maybe I'm not so dumb after all. Right? And it got me thinking as I'm kind of reading through and what Eric's sharing as far as kind of the pushback that he's getting on this. It sounds like the complaint is that if your resume is published on LinkedIn, it's not targeted to the specifics of the role. I find this interesting, not because I don't think you should target a resume. I've talked about that before. I'm going to post 2 videos for you, 2 videos up above. One, how to target your resume quickly. I'm talking 15 minutes or less. The second, the difference between your LinkedIn profile and your resume. These are 2 separate bits of real estate. They are similar. There's some overlap, but they are not the same. Check out both of those videos that might help provide a little bit more insight into what I'm about to talk through with you. But I think those people are wrong. Not because you shouldn't target your resume. Of course you should. Yeah. We want the resume to say, what we want the hiring team to know about us. But if you're a software engineer, your resume should tell me that you're a good software engineer. And it should walk me through the accomplishments you've had, and it should tell me about the work history you've had working as an engineer. And that should not vary greatly company to company, role to role. You might do a little minor tweaking here and there, but for the most part, you're either qualified for the job you want or you're not. And no amount of completely scrubbing and redoing your resume is going to change that. So there's 2 kinds of people that I'm suspicious might have a vested interest in you not putting your resume on LinkedIn. One, you knew this was coming. People who are selling you resume services, okay? Because they would benefit greatly from you needing to purchase more than one resume. Y'all, if you're about to get salty with me, just know that you are welcome to get happy in the same pants you're getting mad in, okay? Because I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just calling it like I see it. I love me some good resume writers. I'm not saying that resume writers are evil or bad. I am saying that there are some who might want you to need more help than maybe you really need. It's just food for thought, okay? So yes, tweaking a resume is helpful, but we're still at the early stages, right? I can always get on the phone with you. We can talk through a specific job. Once you know what that job is, now you can go and tweak it. So that actually for me comes a little bit later after you and I have talked and we've made sure, hey, is this the right resume to put in front of the hiring authority? Do we want to make some adjustments? Okay, cool, go do that, send it back to me. I'm fine with that conversation. The second kind of person who might worry about this, I hate to use the term recruiter when I'm talking about these people. Okay. There are some, not all, calm down, some agency recruiters who work in a system we call a VMS. This is a vendor management system. And a VMS is typically where large organizations like my employer, for example, or my last couple of employers, have contract roles or certain positions that are kind of farmed out to agencies, and they have a big overarching contract, and all these agencies have access to this system, this VMS, and they see the list of roles that they're allowed to submit candidates to, and they throw resumes at that VMS and hope that one of them lands. Well, your resume is not targeted to my client. That's some pretty loose usage of the word client, my friend. See, that's the difference. I don't need you to super highly target it at this point because I know my client really well, and I can either tell them, hey, here's the resume, here's the additional context I learned about them, by the way, that makes them great. Or I can tell you what adjustments to make on your resume so that the hiring authority sees it. If I don't have that connection and I'm just throwing things into a VMS, I might be worried that your resume is not targeted and therefore encourage you not to put it on LinkedIn. Just a couple of options. There might be other thoughts on this, other schools of thought I haven't considered yet. I'm just saying. So anyway, at the end of the day, what do? Do you post it? Do you not post it? Completely personal decision. I do not care either way. I want you to do what is best for you. I want you to do what benefits you. And most importantly, what gets you the results that you want. That is the number one thing I care about. So I'm going to encourage you, go ahead and write a general targeted to your industry and target role resume. I'm going to encourage you to use a Google Voice number, to use a specific job search email that is just for applications and incoming, emails and whatnot from people like me. I'm going to encourage you to try it out and see if it works. All right. If you notice your views going down, if you notice you're getting less calls, then take it down. You can always undo this, okay? It doesn't have to stay up. It's not like a tattoo, right? You can pull it off. But give it a try. And if you get people on either side, right? If someone's very strongly yes, ask why. If someone's very strongly no, definitely ask why. All right, y'all. I hope that helps. Eric, thank you so much for starting the conversation. I learned a lot about some of my peers. It was very exciting to see folks weighing in on this. Really good topic. I hope that you got some goodness out of this as well. And we will see you next week.